Today is more of a rant than anything else, and it's because I've recently spoken to someone. In fact, I'm seeing more and more on a regular basis where people just want either their problem dog fixed or they want rid of it. And it's getting to the stage now where people are getting in touch not to ask for training advice, not for supporting their dog's behaviour, but to rehome the dog. I mean, I'm a dog trainer, that's not what I do. Occasionally we'll come across a dog that needs help and we will rehome it, but I'm here to help modify your dog's behaviour, as is, you know, all dog trainers, that's what we do. The problem is that in today's throwaway society or the culture, we get shot of dogs very, very quickly because we can't bear to change our lifestyle. A lot of the stuff that we get annoyed about is just normal canine behaviour. So before you think about taking a dog on, you've got to think to yourself, well, can I first of all give it an outlet for that natural behaviour? You know, because they bark, they shit, they eat, they chew stuff up, they do all kinds of things that kind of aggravate humans. But instead of thinking to yourself, well, why does my dog always misbehave? Think to yourself, well, I just haven't educated them in what I want them to do in this particular instance. So it's very easy to go, well, he runs at the door and starts barking when the doorbell goes. But have you told him exactly what it is that you want to do? And that doesn't include, shut up! Okay, it means sit down and be quiet. If you want the dog to sit down and be quiet, I live in the middle of nowhere, so I'm quite happy when people knock on my door that they all bark. A lot of this can be stopped just by picking the right dog in the first place. Things to look out for before you get a dog are the size of the dog. How much time, more importantly, have you got to educate that dog and exercise that dog? If you're really, really busy and you spend a lot of your time away, then A, getting a puppy is probably not the right idea because he's going to be a puppy. And B, getting a Malinois instead of a different breed that hasn't got as much energy is probably not the right thing to do either. But whatever dog it is, whatever type of breed it is, or type of dog, or crossbreed, or whatever, you're going to need to educate it. Okay, you're going to need to teach. You wouldn't have a kid and then not send him to school. Size, are you going to get a Great Dane or are you going to get a little Chihuahua? The age of the dog, are you going to get a 10-week-old puppy or are you going to get a 6-year-old dog that's already had a little bit of training and is house trained and that kind of stuff? Or are you going to get a senior dog who's going to lie by the fire for the majority of the day? Think about what you actually want from a dog. And is it going to fit into your lifestyle? Grooming. Are you going to get yourself an Afghan hound and spend hours brushing the dog? Or are you going to get yourself a short-haired dog because actually you haven't got the time or the inclination to do that kind of thing? Remember, if you're buying from a pet shop, then you're adding to the problem. If you're buying from a substandard breeder, you're adding to the problem. If you're going to a breeder, then first and foremost, they should be really excited to have you there. They should be asking you questions, okay? You should have all the litter there, and you should definitely see the mum, if not both parents, okay? If the mum is not there because she's sick or she's aggressive to strangers because you're with her pups or anything along those kind of lines, walk away. I can't stress how important it is to educate your dog. They live in a world that they don't understand, and they do things that they think is right. So, you know, what else would a carpet be for other than to soak up your pee. It's the perfect doggy toilet. The paws don't get wet. It keeps hold of the urine scent. It's fantastic. A chair leg. What else? What's furniture? Got to be there to be chewed, surely. I know, my baby. I'll be with you in a minute. Take buying a new phone. And I've just read this in a new book called The Misunderstood Dog by Jordan Rothman. I've only read the first chapter, and already the book was worth it. And he compares buying a new mobile phone or cell phone. You look at the data packages, you look at the apps that are available, the service provider. Does it have internet? Does it have a texting facility? Does it have alarm, torch, whatever it might be on the phone? You research all of that stuff. You go and speak to a specialist about it, and then you make your choice. And half the time, people spend weeks over buying a phone that they're going to replace in 12 months' time. But when it comes to a dog, we go down to the pet shop, we see a dog in a shop window, and we go, oh, I want to rescue that. I've made these mistakes. I'm not saying, you're an arse for making those mistakes. You're not. I've made them. But we need to get through to people that this is what's killing dogs. If you're buying from a pet shop, you're adding to the problem. You're not rescuing that one puppy. You're condemning the breeding bitch to a life of hell. Do your research, people. It's got to be done.